I never thought I would be a protagonist of a horror story. I always thought that I was just a normal guy living a normal life. But everything changed when I found out that my ex-girlfriend, the one I thought I knew so well, was actually a witch. It all started when I received strange packages in the mail. It was a small wooden box with intricate carvings on it. Inside, there was a note that read, "I hope you enjoyed this little gift. It's a reminder of our time together." I immediately recognized the handwriting. It was from my ex-girlfriend, Lily. I haven't spoken to Lily in months. Our breakup was messy to say the least. She had always been interested in witchcraft and the occult, and I never took it seriously. But now, receiving the mysterious package, I couldn't feel a sense of unease. I decided to confront Lily about it. I called her and asked her about the package. She seemed surprised that I had received it, claiming that she had sent it months ago. But something in her tone made me suspicious. It was almost as if she was hiding something. I couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off about Lily. I started to do some research on witchcraft and the occult, trying to understand her interests better. That's when I stumbled upon an article about a coven of witches in our town. The article mentioned of a woman named Lily as one of the members. I couldn't believe it. My ex-girlfriend was a witch and I had no idea. I felt a mix of fear and curiosity. I wanted to know more about her involvement in this coven, but at the same time, I was afraid of what I might find out. I decided to attend one of their meetings just to see what it was about. I found the location of their gathering through some online forums, and I made my way there on a dark and a stormy night. As I approached the abandoned warehouse where the coven was set to meet, I could hear faint chanting and smell the scent of incense. I cautiously made my way inside, trying not to be noticed. What I saw inside was something out of a nightmare. There were people dressed in black robes, their faces painted with strange symbols. In the center of the room was Lily, standing in front of a large cauldron, chanting in a language I couldn't understand. I was about to turn and run when Lily's eyes met mine. She had a look of pure hatred in her eyes, and I knew that I had been caught. The other members of the coven turned to look at me, and I could feel their eyes boring into me. I tried to run, but it was too late. They had already surrounded me, their hands reaching out to grab me. I could feel their cold, bony fingers digging into my skin, and I knew I was in serious trouble. Lily stepped forward and whispered in my ear, "You should have not come here. You were never meant to know our secrets." And with that, she plunged a knife into my chest. I woke up in a cold sweat, realizing it was all just a nightmare. But the fear and unease lingered. I couldn't shake off the feeling that there was some truth to my dream. The next day, I decided to confront Lily about what I had seen. I went to her house, but she wasn't there. Her neighbor told me that she would left town suddenly without saying goodbye to anyone. I couldn't stop thinking about what I had witnessed at the coven meeting. I started to do some research and discovered that the coven was known for their dark and dangerous rituals. They were rumored to have sacrificed innocent people in the past, and I feared that I could have been their next victim. But the more I dig, the more I realized that Lily was not just a member of the coven, she was the leader. She was the one in charge of all the dark and twisted rituals, and I had been dating her without even knowing the truth. I couldn't believe that I had been so blind. Lily had always been fascinated with the supernatural, and I had dismissed it as a harmless hobby. But now I realized that she was capable of unspeakable acts, and I had been lucky to escape with my life. I tried to put the whole ordeal behind me, but I couldn't shake off the feeling that Lily was still out there, watching me. I started to see her in my dreams, her eyes filled with malice and her voice whispering threats. I became paranoid, constantly looking over my shoulder, afraid that she would come back for me. I even started to see strange symbols and signs around my house if she was trying to send a message. But the worst part was when I started to see Lily's face in the faces of strangers. I would see her in the grocery store, on the street, and even in my own reflection. It was as if she was haunting me, reminding me that I could never escape her. I knew I had to do something to protect myself. I sought the help of a psychic, who told me that Lily had just put a curse on me, and that I needed to break it before it was too late. It was a terrifying experience, but I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders when it was done. I thought it was all over, but I was wrong. A few weeks later, I received another package in the mail. It was another wooden box, but this time it contained a lock of my hair and a note read, "You can never escape me. I will always be with you." I knew that Lily was still out there. She would stop at nothing to get revenge on me. I live in constant fear, always looking over my shoulder, afraid that Lily will come back for me. I never thought my ex-girlfriend would turn out to be a witch, but now I know that anything was possible. And I can never be sure that she won't come back to haunt me again.